What is the message behind the story of Tarzan? In the analysis, when looking at the Disney picture of Tarzan, you essentially find that at the initial moment beyond the point of the incident, which is the parent's death, we see Tarzan be taken on as an adopted individual within, you could say, a world that which he does not necessarily belong to. In said world he does not necessarily belong to, he has a conversation with his mother, which upon being rejected by the paternal figure, the big bad ape, Tarzan in the conversation exchange with his mother specifically claims that if the big bad ape does not accept him, then he will make him accept him by becoming the best ape ever and ever was. In becoming the best ape ever, Tarzan, in his evolution of learning how the animals work, understands how he may create functions in his own advantage based on reflecting as an observer to said environment, resulting in him developing tools, technologies, understandings of processes of life that even when met by a more intelligent, advanced technologically civilization, even in his own advancement of being of a world he originally was not directly belonging to, but in his own strength finding his own technological advancements leading to his self-discovery to be the best ape ever, even against man, technologically more advanced than him, such as told by the point of Clayton. In being more technologically advanced, even man once again is placed within an environment he does not belong to, and as the previous adopted self to being a world you did not necessarily belong to, you adapted. And in the adaptation to said world you did not feel you belonged within, you adapted, which in that strength you find the core fundamental point, the love of a woman. And in the love of said woman, you find now the point that which causes not just Tarzan himself to face man, that which seeks to extinguish the previous world that Tarzan came from, which he did not belong to, and even said man, within his experience in Clayton, does not belong to said world. And not belonging to said world, Clayton seeks to destroy said world out of jealousy from Tarzan and Jane falling in love. Upon them falling in love, we see a transmutation of Tarzan from ape to evolved man. In the evolution of Tarzan into a complete man, we see Jane challenge him in his arising to said occasions, until ultimately said occasion is not just simply facing against the paternal figure, but it is faced in the opposing Clayton seeking to take away said paternal figure, which in fighting said paternal figure, Tarzan finds a new enemy, that which seeks to end his world, his family. In the familial aspect, the good man evolved out of Tarzan from the mother, partner, and possibly a future in a child with now said partner. Tarzan is then met with the opposing force, that which is, do you take on the big bad ape, threatening not just your partner, but now your mother? And within said big bad ape is once again another big bad ape seeking to end Tarzan's father, which is his initial point of conflict. Within said initial point of conflict, we see Clayton result in the death of Tarzan's father, his paternal figure. And in the paternal figure death, we then see Tarzan have a new enemy, that which just terminated his world, his father, that which his whole life was specifically wanting to do the best of his best to make him accept that he is the best ape ever. At that particular moment, we see Tarzan make a moral compass decision, which ultimately is he kills Clayton. At that particular moment, Tarzan's entire moral compass up until this moment is tested in one particular action. In seeking to save the lives of another, the right to be, he himself surpasses another's right to be in order for him to gain a right to be. The moral decision behind this particular dilemma essentially leads to the continuation of said world by returning it to the way it once was. By returning it to the way it once was, we then see the continuation and the recreation process take form, where Tarzan then enters a new world, leaving behind being the best ape ever and entering civilization in order to become the best human ever. The best human ever is the evolution from a primal, ape-like, emotional intelligence into the logical, human intelligence, and upon finding a perfect unity between both, you arrive at the word that becomes truth, that becomes flesh. Said word is Christ. And at said word, you are faced with the ultimate moral dilemma of your entire life. In your own individual self, now of a world you do not feel you belong to, you may see once again the notion being driven of becoming the best ape ever, evolving into the best human ever, resulting in the world re-experiencing the greatest kingdom ever, which is the kingdom of God, the love of a woman. Thank you.